beyond the boundaries of reality, where imagination weaves dreams into existence. Welcome to Storylight. In a small, bustling city hidden within the folds of time itself, an ancient shop sat tucked between two towering buildings. It was called the Timekeepers, a place where moments from the past and future could be bought, sold, and altered. The shop was run by an old man known only as Elian, the last of the Timekeepers, a rare breed of individuals who could manipulate time with a mere touch. For centuries, he had kept the balance, ensuring that time flowed as it should, neither rushing nor stalling. But with the passing of years, the art had dwindled, and Elian found himself the last of his kind. One fateful evening, a young woman named Mara stumbled into the shop. She was an artist, struggling to find her place in the world, tormented by a loss she could not understand. Her brother, Elias, had vanished without a trace years ago, and Mara had been searching for him ever since. She had heard whispers of the Timekeeper's shop and believed that maybe, just maybe, Elian could help her find Elias, or at least understand what had happened. Elian greeted her with knowing eyes, as though he had been expecting her. "I have the power to give you back a moment," he said, his voice both warm and solemn. "But understand, once you touch the threads of time, you cannot leave it unchanged." Desperate, Mara agreed. Elian reached out, his fingers brushing against her wrist, and in an instant, the world around them shifted. Time bent and warped, like a river flowing in reverse, and Mara found herself back in her childhood home, standing in front of her brother. The moment she had been longing for had arrived, but it wasn't what she expected. Her brother, Elias, was older now, much older, and yet his eyes held the same sadness she had seen years ago. Mara wanted to ask him why he had left, where he had gone, but before she could speak, Elian's voice echoed in the distance. "Time is not yours to change," he called, his voice filled with warning. Mara turned to see Elian, standing between the present and past, and realized that her brother's disappearance was tied to the very fabric of time itself. Elias was not lost, but had become part of time's flow, an inevitable current that could not be reversed without consequence. The more Mara tried to reach out, the more she felt herself slipping away from him, her connection to the moment weakening. "Let him go," Elian whispered. "Some moments, no matter how precious, cannot be held forever." With tears in her eyes, Mara understood. The past could not be reclaimed, and her brother's journey had to continue without her. She stepped back from the moment, the time she had been given slipping away like sand through her fingers. When Mara returned to the shop, Elian was waiting for her, his gaze kind yet distant. "You've learned the greatest lesson of all," he said. "Sometimes, the greatest gift we can give is the ability to let go." Mara left the shop, carrying the weight of her brother's memory, but also the knowledge that some things were never meant to be changed. The Timekeeper's shop, like all things, would continue to exist in the folds of time, offering moments to those who sought them, but never promising to keep them. The story ends here, but countless others await in the vast expanse of imagination. Subscribe to Storylight for more journeys into the unknown. See you on the next adventure.